This is a map showing the flow of the world's sea-based oil trade. When we zoom in on the Middle East, you can see a massive concentration of global traffic routing through one extremely narrow channel, the Strait of Hormuz. A full 25% of the globe's sea-based oil trade moves right through this specific corridor. But right now, that flow is breaking down. Following alleged attacks on commercial vessels navigating the waterway, the strait is effectively blocked. This has created a massive maritime bottleneck of ships that refuse to move forward. Out on the water, the immediate cost is human. Dozens of commercial cargo crews are physically trapped idling in international waters. Because they've been stuck waiting for so long, many of these unarmed ships are now actively running out of food. This physical traffic jam creates an immediate, localized disaster for the stranded sailors and an impending economic crisis for everyone else. If those ships can't move, global oil prices shoot up. Iran is maintaining a highly aggressive posture over the bottleneck. They've stated publicly that any foreign interference in these waters will be treated as a direct violation of an existing ceasefire. They are also pushing a heavy disinformation campaign, going so far as to claim they successfully struck a United States warship in the area. The United States military pushed back on that immediately. U.S. Central Command issued a total denial, stating there are no reports of any American ships taking fire. Injecting conflicting reports and rumors of strikes into the news cycle serves a specific tactical purpose. By generating enough fear and uncertainty, civilian cargo ships will simply choose not to move. It's a highly efficient way to maintain a blockade and control the choke point without spending actual military resources. Faster, more energetic. To break that bottleneck, the U.S. military launched a direct response, Operation Epic Fury, a mission President Trump dubbed Project Freedom. The legal justification for moving in is straightforward. The Strait of Hormuz consists of international waters. Iran cannot legally charge tolls or restrict the movement of vessels passing through. The operation works by providing physical escorts. U.S. forces are taking the unarmed cargo ships out of the restricted zones and safely guiding them down toward the coast of Oman. The military's plan is to set a steady pace, deliberately pushing dozens of these stranded ships through the corridor one by one. By officially branding this massive deployment of naval forces as a humanitarian mission to rescue starving sailors, the U.S. cleverly strips Iran of any diplomatic high ground to oppose it. Iran relies primarily on what is known as a mosquito navy, a swarm of small, highly maneuverable fast attack boats outfitted with machine guns and rocket launchers. That surface threat is backed by hidden capabilities. Iran has deployed an array of underwater drones and heavily armed ground and sea-based missile systems along the coast. To protect the cargo ships from these specific hazards, the U.S. has brought in heavy guided missile destroyers to lead the escorts. Overhead, they have established massive air superiority. The mission is protected by over 100 aircraft, including A-10 Warthogs. These are heavily armored jets specifically designed to provide close air support and destroy small ground or surface targets. The rules of engagement for these forces are clear. The U.S. has explicitly stated that if Iranian vessels decide to attack the tankers or the escorts, they will be neutralized in the exact same manner U.S. forces previously destroyed hostile Venezuelan boats. Deploying this level of overwhelming conventional firepower is a specific tactical choice. Heavily armed jets and destroyers are precisely what you need to deter an adversary relying on unpredictable, swarm-based guerrilla tactics on the water. By actively moving the ships under heavy military guard, the U.S. has called Iran's bluff. To stop the escorts, Iran would have to fire directly on U.S. military targets, risking a full-scale war. If the U.S. forces successfully keep the strait open on their own, Iran suffers a massive strategic blow. They lose their primary geopolitical weapon, the ability to hold the global oil supply hostage. That loss of leverage at sea directly impacts parallel backdoor diplomacy. Currently, the two countries are negotiating complex nuclear stakes, specifically a 15-year freeze on enrichment and the downblending of current uranium stores, a process where weapons-grade material is diluted to lower concentrations outside the country. When an adversary relies on a physical choke point to exert pressure, Asserting raw naval dominance over that stretch of water strips away their economic leverage. By securing the physical trade routes, you dictate the terms at the diplomatic table.